You might not realize it, but they have stopped underestimating you. Once you were wind that passed by, glanced over, doubted, gossiped about, spoken down to. But now, they are silent. They hold back. They know you are not someone to be underestimated anymore. Hello, you who are listening. Welcome to the space that reminds you. You are far more amazing than you think. You deserve to know that every process and every wound you've endured has made you a stronger person, a person harder to knock down. This video isn't just to comfort you. It asks to awaken you to the truth that you've grown, that you've leveled up, and that you have left behind the former version of yourself who could be walked over without resistance. You have changed, and this shift is felt even before you speak. Before you would falter at the slightest comment. Now you stand firm. When they sling their sharpest critiques, once you'd scrambled to explain so as not to be misunderstood. Today you choose silence because you know who genuinely wants to understand and who only seeks to judge. Your energy is no longer the same. You're not provoked by petty bait. You no longer waste time justifying yourself. You've learned you don't need everyone to like you, only yourself to respect you. And those who once underestimated you are beginning to feel the difference. Without forcing anything, without needing explanations, they see your focus, your calm. Because energy that's unreactive carries an air of authority, and that calm is what makes people hesitate to dismiss you. You are now not only stronger but sharper in reading situations. You sense energies and know when to open doors or when to shut them. No need to explain. You are not cruel. You are just aware that not everyone deserves access to the sacred spaces within you. The more you realize this, the more magnetic your energy becomes. You don't need to speak much to be heard, nor act dramatically to be noticed, because you possess something that cannot be faked, the firmness of heart and the genuineness of your soul. Those who once looked down on you may never admit they were wrong, but rest assured they are silent now, not because they don't know, but because they realize you can no longer be treated as before. You are different, and you have the right to be proud of that transformation. Respect never comes from pleading, fear, manipulation, or drama. Respect grows when you rise. When you, who once remained silent when hurt, now walk away with head held high. When you, who once always gave in to preserve relationships, now choose to protect yourself. When you begin to say, "I will no longer stay where I am not appreciated." That is the moment they begin to see you differently. They stop speaking carelessly, weighing their words when facing you. Not because you are fierce, but because you have drawn clear lines they can no longer cross. You are no longer someone to be toyed with by guilt, promises, or pity. You woke up, not by emotion, but by full awareness. I deserve more than this. When you assert your worth, you unconsciously build your fortress of dignity. People perceive it. Those who used to tread on you now act more cautious, not because they've become good, but because they realize you possess strength that cannot be deceived. You don't respond with drama or pain. You respond with a newer, stronger, calmer version of yourself. Because those who test you now will find no weak spot. Even those who hurt you before begin to treat you with more respect. Not because you demanded it, but because your boundaries are clear. You once were labeled weak because you spoke little, didn't defend yourself, stayed silent when slandered or hurt. Now they see your silence as not weakness, but conscious strength. You no longer waste your energy on unworthy battles. That is what makes them cautious. You enter rooms quietly, yet the atmosphere shifts. People feel a change. They call you mysterious, but really, you simply refuse to be easily read by those who never truly cared. In your silence lies self-control, wisdom, awareness, qualities you don't share with just anyone. Once you wanted to explain it all, but now you choose. Trust if they will, don't if they won't. Because the best explanations come through your journey, which is now showing results. And they feel small, because everything they believed would break you has instead raised your level. Your silence is like an unseen sword, ordinary until someone tries to hurt you and then they feel its edge. Now they know you can't be pressured by guilt, manipulated by lies, or shaken by rumors. You are too clear to be lost in noise. You aren't a rigid rock. You're like water, calm, flexible, but with power to shape worlds. You cannot be controlled anymore, and that scares those accustomed to your former softness. You rise not because life was easy, but because you refused to surrender. Though the universe tested you deeply, you didn't faint. You rose. You were not born with respect. You earned it through struggle. Know that the one who has ever been looked down upon can become the object of awe, not by revenge but by resilience. You've endured being dismissed, but now you not only survive, you thrive. You quiet the noise with the weight of your results. You've failed, been broken, abandoned, you've known despair. But from it, you emerge someone who cannot be belittled again. Not because you seek vengeance, but because you focus on evolving yourself. You reflect, you learn, you grow. And now you hold mental fortitude few possess. You know what it's like to be underestimated, so you never look down on others. But because of your trials, you grow sharper in selecting who to let in and who to keep at distance. You are not just strong. You now have foundations that anchor you. And anyone who dares to test you finds nothing to exploit. People who once walked over you now act more cautious, not because they are good, but because they know you see through everything. You aren't arrogant. You're just mature. You don't play small. You no longer dim your light just to keep others comfortable, because now you know who you are. Not everyone can follow your growth. Some stay in comfort, some can't handle your truth, some feel threatened by your light. But that's okay. Leveling up isn't T about the number of people with you. It's S about the journey to your own best version. You refuse to be a people pleaser. You no longer force yourself into places that don't honor you. You recognize your presence as a blessing, and you will never lower your standard just to make others feel better. You are not arrogant. You are awakened. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Your duty is simple. Keep rising. Because each time you elevate, the universe brings toward you souls of equal vibration, who don't fear your glow, don't begrudge your progress, and support your journey rather than hinder it. You have been underestimated many times. You're not capable. Your dreams are too high. You're just passing through. Look now, you are not just surviving, but thriving. And what hurts them most is your quiet triumph. Because you never shouted your worth. You just lived it. You used to be gentle, hopeful, open, vulnerable. But now you stand in quiet sovereignty. You walk away without vindictiveness, without drama. Let them watch from afar how brightly you shine without their permission. You are amazing not because of perfection, but because you kept moving despite the pain. You rose after being left. You chose life even when it diverted from the plan. Never shrink yourself to fit into someone else's life. Never hide your light because you fear blinding others, because now you know who you are. And those who do know themselves cannot be underestimated. So keep walking, keep shining, keep being the most authentic, strongest version of your soul. The world needs more of you.